person that inspires me to be an informer, I guess, would say the Lord. I'm a music pastor.
On Monday, he was a Tipp City man describing a tragic incident. At the beginning of the call, Caleb tells the dispatcher that someone broke into their home and shot his wife. He's asked if the person is still in the house, and he responds that he doesn't know. Then he's asked what he's seeing.
It is 2:30 in the morning. A man calls 911. He is screaming. His wife has been shot. He tells the operator that someone broke into their house. He is panicking. He says there is blood everywhere. But he is lying. Everything he is telling the police is a complete lie. Nobody knows it yet. This just happened. She was 37 years old. She worked at Tipp City schools in Ohio teaching kids volleyball. She was a mother. She had 2 beautiful little daughters. She loved her family so much. According to police, on February 16th, 2026, at 2:31 in the morning, someone shot her while she was sleeping in her own home. That person was allegedly her husband. His name is Caleb Flynn. Imagine when the corners of your room are not even safe enough to protect your life. He is 39 years old. According to investigators, Caleb shot Ashley with a 9mm handgun. Then he did something twisted and evil. He tried to make the whole thing look like a stranger broke into their house and killed her. He staged the crime scene. But it did not take police long to see through his story. Within 82 hours, he was arrested and put in jail. He pleaded not guilty, and his bond was set at $2 million. This is the Ashley Flynn case. And it all started when everything fell apart. Subscribe to Crime Shadows. It was the middle of the night in their 2-story home. Their 2 elementary school-aged daughters were asleep in their rooms upstairs. Ashley was sleeping in bed next to her husband. She did not know what was coming. According to police, Caleb got out of bed. He walked to get the handgun. He came back into the bedroom. And at 2:31 in the morning, he pulled the trigger. Ashley was shot. The bullet hit her. She was killed. In those first seconds after the shooting, Caleb made his 911 call. Listen to what he told the dispatcher.
Miami County, 911.
Oh my, somebody broke into my home. Somebody broke into my home and shot my wife.
Are they still in there?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the address?
Ohio. Please hurry. Please hurry.
What are you seeing?
My wife she's got 2 shots to her head. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God. Sir, please.
Ma'am, I need you to take a deep breath, okay? Do you still see anybody in the house?
No, the door to the garage was wide open. Please hurry, please. Oh my God. My daughters are here. My daughters are here.
Where's she at?
She's in the bed.
Are you with her?
Yeah, I am in the room. I'm looking at her. Yes, please.
You guys have the door locked?
We have the doors to the garage locked, but into the house, yes. Please. Oh my God. Please.
Where's that room out in the house? My partner's getting them dispatched, okay? But I need you to answer my questions so I can get you help as fast as I can, okay?
What question?
Where are you guys at in the house?
I am in the bedroom with her right now.
Okay.
My daughters are in their room.
So you are not with the children?
I was with the children when it happened.
Okay, but you're not with them now?
No, they're in their room. They're not even awake. Oh my God. Sir, please.
They are heading that way, okay? I need you to take a deep breath for me. Are you hearing anything?
No, I've rubbed her leg and said her name. She's not answering.
Okay. Your daughter's not answering you?
I'm sorry, no. Hold on, I'm sure. What'd you say?
Your daughter's not answering you?
No, they're across the room.
Okay.
In their room.
Okay. Are you hearing any kind of noise inside the house?
No, her face is white as a ghost.
Okay, whose face?
He said an intruder broke in. He said they came in through a door. He said they shot his wife and ran away. He was so good at pretending to be scared that the dispatcher believed him. First responders rushed to the house. They found Ashley dead in bed. The 2 little girls were still asleep upstairs. They never woke up during the shooting. They did not hear the gunshot or see what happened. Caleb was standing there acting like a grieving husband, acting like a victim. But the police noticed something wrong right away. The way he described the break-in did not match what they found at the scene. The doors and windows showed no signs of forced entry. There were no broken locks. There was no damage. The intruder story did not add up. This was the breadcrumb. This was the first lie that would destroy him. Ashley Flynn was not just some person. She was a real human being with a life that mattered. She was a volleyball coach at Tipp City schools and had worked as an elementary teacher before that. She was dedicated to helping kids learn and grow. She was a mother to 2 little girls who needed her. She was the kind of woman who showed up for her family. According to her own family, she was someone they loved deeply. They called her often. Those calls always ended with them saying, "I love you." She had a routine. She had a life. She was planning a future. And then it all stopped in one moment. Caleb Flynn was her husband. He appeared on American Idol back in season 12 in 2013. He was a worship pastor at churches. He had worked in those positions for years. But more recently, he had become a sales vice president at a commercial interior company. He was building a career. He was living what looked like a normal life. But according to investigators, something was wrong. Something was broken inside him. His own attorney said later that police rushed to judgment. His attorney said the investigation was too quick. His attorney said that Caleb denied everything. But the evidence that investigators found at the scene told a very different story. When detectives arrived at the house, they began looking at everything. They looked at the crime scene. They photographed it. They collected evidence. They found shell casings from the 9mm handgun on the floor. They found blood evidence. They found the weapon nearby. They documented every single detail. They talked to witnesses. Their 2 daughters were in the house, but had been asleep. No one else was there. So Caleb was the only adult who could explain what happened. Police listened to his 911 call again and again. Something felt off. His story had problems. He said an intruder came in, but there was no sign of forced entry. He said someone shot his wife and ran away, but the handgun was in the house. He said he was afraid, but his actions and his statements did not add up to a man who had just experienced a home invasion. Also, after accessing and unlocking Caleb's phone, police discovered a shocking text message he sent to an unknown phone number which said, "It is done. This looks very premeditated." And he wasn't working on this evil scheme alone. There are also bank transfers to a separate account that wasn't part of the family's spending accounts. What could this mean? Is there a mistress or another woman in the picture?
Knows her very well, and rightfully so. She's extremely devastated, and Ashley and her children have been very kind with my sister.
Ashley was such a sweet soul. She walked every day in our neighborhood, would walk the dog or just walk by herself. She taught LifeWise, which is a Christian organization within our schools, and the kids attend, both of them attend it, and right now we're just having a hard time to deal with what's going on in our neighborhood and dealing with such a sweet person who has gone too fast. Since we moved here in Tipp City, my daughter has played soccer with her girls, and all the kids play in the cul-de-sac here because the bike path is right here, and they ride their bikes and skate and scooters, and all the kids just kind of play around the house. And I don't know if they're going to move, but it'll be really hard not seeing them every day. She was such a pillar to the community, and she welcomed us in the neighborhood, as she was one of the first people to welcome us in the neighborhood. I did not sleep last night at all.
Police executed a search warrant. They looked through the house for evidence. They found Caleb's cell phone. They got a warrant to unlock it. According to court documents and police records, they were looking for anything that might show his state of mind or his intentions. They found his communications. They found his digital footprint. What they discovered in those messages and records helped build their case. They learned more about Caleb. They learned about his life. They learned about the pressures he was under. They found the 9mm handgun registered to him. They found gunshot residue evidence. The forensic evidence began to paint a picture that suggested Caleb Flynn had killed his own wife and then tried to cover it up. When police showed Caleb the evidence against him, his story began to crack. The physical evidence was overwhelming. The lack of forced entry, the gun, the shell casings, the position of the body, the details that just did not match his story. Police confronted him. They showed him what they had found. They told him what the evidence proved. According to investigators, under that pressure and that weight of evidence, Caleb's story began to fall apart. He was arrested on charges of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault with a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of tampering with evidence. His bond was set at $2 million. He was unable to post that bond and stayed in jail. Caleb pleaded not guilty. His case is still in the early stages. A preliminary hearing was scheduled for February 26th at 1 p.m. At that hearing, a judge would decide if there was enough evidence to move forward to trial. If the judge found probable cause, the case would go to trial where a jury would decide if he is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If Caleb is convicted of murder, he could face a very long prison sentence, potentially the rest of his life in prison. His family released a statement saying they believed in the judicial process. His own family must be struggling with what has happened. His 2 daughters lost their mother. They also lost their father to the criminal justice system. Nothing brings Ashley back. No verdict brings her back to her daughters. This case revealed something dark about how quickly someone can take another person's life. Ashley Flynn went to bed on a normal night. She did not know she would never wake up again. She did not know that the man next to her would hurt her. She was sleeping peacefully, and then her life ended. The community in Tipp City was shocked. They learned that violence does not always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from the person next to you. Sometimes it comes from the person who promised to love you forever. This case is still unfolding. A preliminary hearing should reveal more details about the evidence. But so far the question remains, how did a marriage end in murder? And what made someone choose violence instead of leaving? What could have prevented Ashley's death? Could divorce have saved her life? Could someone have seen the warning signs? Nobody knows the answers yet. All we know is that Ashley Flynn is gone, and her 2 daughters are left without a mother.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Samuel Hubbard presiding. You may be seated.
All right, this is case 26 CRA 285, Caleb C. Flynn. Mr. Flynn, you have several charges here. Count 1 is a murder charge, is a count felony of the 1st degree. Count 2 is 2 and 3 are both felonious assault charges, 2nd degree felonies. Count 4 is tampering with evidence, a 3rd degree felony. And that's count 4. Count 5 is tampering with evidence, a 3rd degree felony. Mr. Falker?
Your Honor, Mr. Flynn would tender pleas of not guilty and would ask for this matter to be scheduled for a preliminary hearing. Mr. Flynn is residing in Tipp City. He doesn't own a commercial flooring company. He is not on probation or community control. He has no other charges pending against
Mr. Flynn, we're going to set your case for a preliminary hearing for next week on February 26th at 1 p.m. You do have the right to have an attorney to represent you. If you cannot afford one, you can apply to the public defender's office and they'll determine if you're eligible for a court-appointed attorney. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the court with regards to a bond in this case?
I'm so sorry you cut out there.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the court with respect to bond in this case?
I don't really understand that, so
okay.
No, sir.
So the court has to establish a bond, sir, to ensure your appearance, okay? So the court will establish a bond and you have the right to tell me, hey, I'm not a flight risk, I am a flight risk, or anything of that nature. Is there anything you would want to tell me about that?
Sir, I just want to take care of my daughters. I'm not at risk.
I understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, the court is going to order a $2 million blanket bond in this case, covering all of your charges. Should you post bond in this case, the court will order that you be on pretrial services electronically monitored house arrest. Furthermore, the court will order that you will have no contact whatsoever, directly or indirectly through a third party, with. You are not permitted to speak to them in any way, shape, or form. That includes electronic communications. You are not allowed to communicate through family members whatsoever. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Crime Shadows never stops looking at the cases that will leave you thinking twice. Subscribe to Crime Shadows for the newest cases before anyone else touches them. We drop new videos when they matter. When crimes happen, when the truth needs to be told. This is what Crime Shadows does. Hit that subscribe button.